ready to call you back.
Oh, you know what happened? I dialed the number, and I have to put it on speakerphone. And instead, I kept hitting the number thinking it was speakerphone, but it wasn't. It was like the asterisk. So I had to hang up and redial it.
Oh, so what's going on?
Oh, not much. Found out some more interesting information last night. Do you remember, did Dad's mom die in a car accident?
Not that I know of.
Oh, man. Okay. I thought when I was a kid, he had mentioned something about his mom dying in a car accident.
I don't remember that.
And basically his dad was the one that dropped him off at the the orphan's home there because he couldn't take care of him for whatever reason, you know. But do you know how she died, or?
No, I have no idea.
Okay. And did he ever mention why he ended up in that St. Vincent's home?
No.
Okay. Okay, and then the other question I have is, we've got all the pictures boxed up, the papers, and getting ready to send it back to you. But I just have a couple questions on a couple pictures, because I couldn't remember if you sent these to me or if they were Jimmy's and he sent them to me. So I need to know which ones to send back. That one picture of you and Dad on your wedding day that's out on the street?
Yeah.
Was that sent from you or from Jimmy?
Oh, we just put them together.
Well, I need to know what to send back to him. And what to
do you want that picture?
Yeah, I'd like to have it.
Yeah, you can have it.
Oh, thanks. Okay. And then that one picture of that where he's all dressed up nice, that mortuary school picture. Can I have that one, or does that go back?
No, you can have that.
Okay. And I'm assuming Jimmy wants the ones back with his mom and his dad. So I'll make sure I send.
I think so. Let me ask him. He's out in the yard. I'll ask him later. I just woke up. I was asleep.
Oh, yeah. No, that's okay. So anyways, so at least I know I have these two. And then there's a couple of them with his mom and dad, Dad. So I don't know if he, would say that I could have one and he could have one or something like that,
Probably. Now, the albums we're going to mail you.
Yeah.
Pictures of the mom and dad.
Yeah. And then whenever we're done with Dad, we're going to do one for you, the same idea, like with Grandma and Grandpa and everybody. And then whenever we do that one's going to take a long time, but whenever we get it done, then we'll make sure we make copies to send to Auntie and the cousins and stuff, Oh,
that'd be real nice.
Yeah, so once I get that squared away. But right now, we found something on the internet on a newspaper site, and there was someone named Gwendolyn Countryman. And so I didn't know if she and Dad's dad had gotten divorced or what. But it shows that, I think I told you this before, living in Kansas when Dad was like 6. And it shows that this person died in a car accident, and it was in the Burlington, Iowa newspaper. And then at one point, when she's living in Kansas under the last name Countryman, it says that she was widowed. So we're going to join this newspaper site. It's about $30, but it gives you access to all these newspapers throughout the United States. That way you can. That way we want to research this to see if, in fact, that's what happened to her. And because that would explain a lot. And I don't know if I already told you this, but when I went and researched a little bit more on that St. Vincent's, it said that there was 2 classifications, basically, of, I want to say boys, but it might have been either or. They were either adoptees or indentured. And if they were over 12 years old and indentured, basically, they were assigned to a family that would volunteer, but they had to work for their room and board, and they would have to go to school. But they took boys 12 years old and up. And, I mean, that's what they did to the slaves. They were indentured servants. It's just kind of shocking to see that that took place in this country with the children, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. And tell.
Yeah, and did
really
you...
found out a lot.
Oh, yeah, we've been spending a lot of time studying and researching and stuff. And do you know if Uncle Bert was with him? I don't know what happened between him and Uncle Bert. If Dad went to this, you know, ended up at Anthony Dunn's, where was Uncle Bert at that time? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Did you ever hear anything about Uncle Bert when they were growing up or anything?
Well, just that one picture we have with, I don't know if you have it or it's in the album, we're going to mail you a picture of Jim, of your dad and Bert, and they're both dressed real nice in white pants and white shirt.
Yeah, I have that, but I didn't know if you knew what happened in their lives, if they were always together or if they got split up at one point.
I don't know for sure, but I kind of think maybe split up.
Okay. Because I was kind of wondering if, in fact, that did happen with Dad's mom, if she did, in fact, die, you know. I'm thinking because Uncle Bert was younger, possibly somebody took him and Dad ended up at the home, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that could possibly be.
Yeah, so we're going to do what we can.
I have some addresses that, they were like cousins to your dad in Galesburg, Illinois. I don't know if you'd want them.
Sure. I have, we've got some information on the Spikers and people like that, but yeah, whatever you have, I'll take, you know.
I'll have to look it up because it's in an address book that I got packed away for Galesburg.
Yeah, that's fine. There's no hurry or anything, you know. But anyways, so I just wanted to update you on that, you know. And so now I want to get back, because I know we can't spend a whole lot of time because of your minutes in that. So I want to get...
Minutes start today, huh?
Yeah. So I want to get a few stories, but we'll just start with one story today. And it can be, like I said, when you first, like the very first time you saw Dad, when you met Dad, you know, what were the circumstances and what were your feelings and thoughts, and then when you started dating, you know, just kind of tell me the story of when you and Dad met.
Well, I was at my girlfriend Clara's house, and we used to go for a walk in the evening, and that's when he was at the mortuary, and they'd be looking out the window, him and another fella, and they just used to say hi to us, you know. And then talk just a little bit more, and then we used to go to the Norsemen's Club, which was right near my girlfriend's house. And then the mortuary, where he was, Chris Nielsen's mortuary, was just right on the corner. And they would come in there once in a while, and we just began talking. And that's about it.
Now, what village was this in?
What? I didn't hear you.
What village was it in?
Village?
Yeah, where was the Norwegian club in that?
Oh, in Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, okay, in Chicago. Okay, so you guys just started, you know, visiting. Do you remember, like, your first date or anything like that?
No, I'd have to think back, Barb, because it's over 60 years ago, and I just would have to think about that.
Yeah. Do you remember roughly how long you guys went out before you decided to get married? Or before you did get married?
That's another thing I have to think about, because I know it was quite a while we went together. And then we decided we'd get married, but I can't remember if we got married I'm sure we were married by a priest, but we couldn't do it in the church because I wasn't Catholic. So I don't know if it was in the rectory or what, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going to call Lorraine. Maybe she can remember, although her memory is worse than mine. But she might remember that one.
Yeah, I wish I would have thought to do this kind of stuff a lot earlier, where you had more memory of some of it,
Mm-hmm.
But we'll just take what we can get, Now, when you married, were you working at the time in life, or where were you? When you guys were dating, I mean.
Yeah, let me think a minute. Yeah, I would imagine it was there.
Uh-huh. And did you guys, go out with someone interested in your girlfriend and the four of you would go places, or it was just you and him?
It was usually just the two.
Oh, okay. What kind of things did you guys like to go do?
Oh, he loved to go to movies and see Western movies.
Oh, okay. And, do you remember any of the movie theaters or anything that you guys went to, or?
No, that I'd have to. Like I say, it's just hard to remember because it's so long ago.
Yeah.
One was, I'd have to think it over, but I know this one was, I think that would come to mind, and that's where he used to like to go. Sometime he'd go on Saturday to watch the Western cowboy movies and that, and I wasn't too much in it, so then I was home.
Yeah. What other kind of things did you guys do?
Oh.
Did he come over to the house?
Get-togethers, having dinner at the house. He'd be over to have dinner with us, and just, that actually did too much.
Yeah. So he did come over a lot and eat dinner with you guys. And, was, Auntie Lorraine seeing anybody at that time, or?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to ask her a few things.
Yeah.
I just don't remember, Barb. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Were you dating somebody when you first started talking to Dad?
I might have, or maybe broke up with the guy. He was a sailor, and I met him at the roller rink.
Uh-huh.
To go roller skating once at least a week, or sometime two. And he was in the Navy. His name was Joe Merrill, Merrill.
Uh-huh.
And he was from Utah, I think Salt Lake City, Utah. Oh, and I thought I was in love with him. Nice-looking guy. And then he got discharged, and then went back to his home, which I think, I know it was Utah, but I'm not sure if it was Salt Lake. And then he came. It might have been the uniform I fell in love with, because when he come back, he was a civilian. But he was a nice fella, really, and everybody really liked him.
How did you meet him? Do you remember?
At the roller rink.
Oh, okay. And was the roller rink in Chicago?
Oh, yeah. We used to go to the roller rink at least once a week, sometime twice.
Oh, okay.
We'd have to take 2 buses to get there.
Oh, okay.
And then we had a little metal-type suitcase that we had our own skates.
Uh-huh.
We'd have to have all that with us all the time. And that's about it on the roller skating that I can think of.
Now, did you pick out your wedding dress?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you buy it from a store, have it made, or?
No, I bought it from the store. It was $125, which was a lot of money then.
And where did you get it? Do you remember?
No, I really don't.
Yeah.
In a bridal shop in Chicago, but the name of that I don't remember.
Do you remember going to look for a dress, like trying different ones on? Did you go with Grandma or Auntie, or?
I imagine it was with my mother and probably Auntie.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think we went too many, because this one shop we went to had quite a few different ones.
Uh-huh.
And like I say, I remember it was $125, and that was a lot of money then.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Did you, I'm trying to think what I was going to say. Did you have like a maid of honor, or did Dad have a best man or anything like that?
Oh, yeah. Now, Lorraine was my maid of honor.
Okay.
And then I'm trying to think, your dad's cousin, I think it was a cousin, Helens Spiker. I got a picture of that. I can get that right now, but I mean, it was his cousin from Galesburg.
Oh, okay.
Was the other bridesmaid.
And you think her name was Helen?
No.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember right now.
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
then his best man was a fella named, well, wait a minute. I just looked at a picture the other day. My brother was in the wedding party.
Uh-huh.
And then this other fellow, Joe Lang, Lange.
Uh-huh.
Him and your dad were buddies, and then he had a wife. Yeah, that's right. We used to go around with them, Joe and his wife. I can't think of her name.
Uh-huh.
And that was about it.
Can you remember why you chose the day that you chose to pick for your wedding day?
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted it on a Saturday, you know.
Uh-huh.
That's what it was, on a Saturday.
Uh-huh.
In fact, when I get these pictures sent to you, there's a picture of Grandma Holmes, your dad's Holmes, and some other people, his cousins, and that. Then there's a picture of you and Steve.
Oh, okay.
I forgot all the hair he had.
Oh, I know. You can keep that one.
I was going to say it's in the album, so should I just rip it up?
Yeah, because it's probably one that I've got anyway.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about that because I didn't know if you wanted to send back. Fred might feel bad.
Oh, I got enough pictures of him, so I don't need any more pictures of Steve.
Okay.
But thanks anyway. Like I said, it was probably a double print anyway.
Might have been. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What else?
I'm trying to think. So, you guys were married, and then when did he have to go back to war? I mean, how did that come about? You got married, and then what did you guys do? Did you get your own place or live with Grandma and Grandpa, or?
Apartments were very hard to get at the time. So we had a nice room in this home, a private home, and the man that owned it he owned a Chinese restaurant. He was Oriental. And his son was the first Chinese to ever graduate from West Point. I remember that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we used to eat over at the restaurant quite a bit.
Now, that was here in Chicago you guys lived, right?
Yeah, mm-hmm. And the other part I have to think about, because I know, and then, like I say, this I got to think about because there's quite a bit to it.
Yeah.
And I think when we decided to go out west, I can't remember that too much either, but it'll come to me because I remember her dad was in the 40th Division of not the Marines. He was a Marine before I ever knew him.
Yeah.
This was later. And we lived in Los Angeles, and he was serving his apprenticeship at a funeral home.
Uh-huh.
So we lived upstairs at the funeral home. Kind of morbid because you could hear the music, you know. Very sad. And then what happened? It'll come to me because we were there quite a while, and then went up to Santa Maria, California.
Uh-huh.
He was stationed right near there. And then I got a room in the private home.
Uh-huh.
And then, let's see, I didn't have much to do, and I didn't really know anybody, so I answered this ad, and I worked for this lady, Mae Grisham, Grishan, and she was so nice. She was a school teacher.
Uh-huh.
And then, so it was to see that her sister, who was bedridden, would eat and do little things around the house there. So I got the job. And then, in fact, that woman, Mae Grisham, a number of years ago, she was killed. She was retired and she did private tutoring.
Uh-huh.
And she was taking the student home at night and was hit by a car, and she died right on the scene.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I remember that so well. And they had a school in Santa Maria, California that was named for her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was still living when that happened, so I thought that was something. And I have the original letters from her, and she wrote a letter to you, Karen, and Jimmy.
Oh.
Would you like to see them someday? Or?
Sure.
I'll hunt them up. I know I have them.
Uh-huh.
And then I can just put them in an envelope and mail them to you. She was such a nice lady. She was supposed to be married at one time. She was, as we always said, old maid. But she was to be married one time, and then her fiancé was killed in an auto accident. And that's what she was killed in, an auto accident.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you and Dad got married, and you rented a little apartment over the Chinese restaurant. And what do you know? What was that in Chicago or a different little village?
No, this was in Chicago.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so then from there, did you work at that time? Do you know?
Well, I'm sure I did. That might have been Time and Life magazine.
Okay. And then...
I'm not quite sure, but I did work. I know that.
Yeah. And was he still at the mortuary out here?
Mm-hmm.
When you lived at the Chinese restaurant?
I can't think right now. Let me see. At the Chinese restaurant. Yeah, he graduated from mortuary science.
Right. So he was still working at that mortuary or going to the school here in Chicago when you lived over the Chinese restaurant?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know if that maybe you were writing something.
No, no, I'm just listening. So then he decided to do an apprenticeship in California, and that's...
There's a little more to it than that. I'm going to have to think about this, Barbara, and I'll make a few notations on a piece of paper. That way it'll come back to me more.
Okay.
I know we went to California, and then he was in the 40th Division of the Army, and then he was serving his apprenticeship. That's right, at the funeral home, and we lived there. And I don't think I worked at that time. And then after he shipped out, then I stayed in California for a while. This girl and I had an apartment. She had 2 kids. Her husband was also in service. Then I decided to go back to Illinois. So I stayed there at my mom and dad's place, and then I got a job, and that's when I got the job at Time and Life magazine.
Okay.
That's about it right now that I can think of. But when I think this out, what I'm going to do is going to make little notes on a piece of paper.
Uh-huh.
Then it'll come back to me more.
Yeah. I'm sorry?
About it. That's about all I can think of right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good start, you know.
And I will make the notations, though, because then it comes back to me better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tomorrow you have Kyle?
What is tomorrow?
No, tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah, they went camping, so I didn't have them today.
Oh, when did they go? Today?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll be back, I think, sometime on Sunday.
They still like camping, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's nice for the kids.
Oh, yeah, it is.
So then you're free today, and then I can't believe tomorrow is... I get so forgetful.
I know, this week I've been messed up, too, because of the holiday.
Yeah, I'm messed up all the time. It's okay to call you tomorrow, then, because you won't have...
Yeah.
You would have the kids today, yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Friday, then, right?
Yeah. Fred's got an overnight tonight.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. And I worked a little bit on... I haven't worked on my cards for ages. I've had pieces of cards sitting on that desk for probably 6-7 months. So since today is normally a day I would, Kyle would be visiting and he's not here, I decided to make it a day to do a little work on my cards,
Yeah, that's good.
Debbie's got a birthday coming up, same day as Rachel's, and then she always likes if I make her a card,
Oh, I'm sure.
And then it was raining this morning, thundering and all that.
Rained here quite a bit yesterday, and they said 50% chance of rain here today, but I don't see anything.
Oh, it's another hot day today.
Yeah. So then it's okay to call you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
If I can think of anything more, I'll call you back tonight, but I don't think so. I'm going to look through some stuff.
Yeah, maybe looking at pictures, since you're going to look through pictures anyway to send me, Maybe something, looking at the pictures will bring up a memory or something,
Well, I know on these one's pictures, he has pictures of this Joe Lang that stood up for our wedding. My brother was the other one.
Uh-huh.
And then And there's a picture in there of his grandma Holmes, and some pictures I just presume it's his mother.
Uh-huh.
And several other pictures, so I'll get them off to you. The covers of the albums are so shabby that Jim said we should just take them covers off and just leave the sheets with the pictures on it.
Oh, okay. We bought a little binder and some page protectors, and a lot of the documents that you guys sent. We put them in an album, and so you'll get it back to you. They're in a nice album with some page protectors.
Oh, how nice! Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll get going on this now.
Yeah, the
I
more
have nothing planned for the weekend or anything, so I don't have many more pictures though. I really don't. I thought I had more. I don't know what happened to them. But
yeah.
I went through a box again last night looking for pictures, but I didn't find any other than what I like and what I sent you.
Yeah.
There's some in his album that I'm sure you'll enjoy. And then it shows that one of him when he was a Marine Raider, remember, with a bunch of men.
Yeah.
And his picture's up front. He's up front. You can make it real clear on the picture.
Yeah, I'm actually going to see about getting taking that picture to Walgreens I go to the National Archives site, and I'm going to copy the picture to a memory stick and see if I can take it to Walgreens to have actual pictures made of it.
Oh, wow.
And, the more pictures you can send me with Dad in them, the better. And because I want the pictures to span from when he's a little boy all the way up to, like, the last pictures that we possibly have of him, you know.
Yeah, there's quite a few pictures, especially in this one album.
Oh, good.
But they really stick. You can't get them off the sheet.
Yeah, but I figured you must have a lot of pictures. I found some pictures in my albums that I'm taking out so I can include them, you know, of Christmases and stuff.
I got a few albums in my drawer that I can go through, too, but I don't think I have too many in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll do what I can do.
Yeah, that'd be great. And then, I think, like, Fred had, 80-some pictures of his dad when he did his video, you know. So the more, the better. And then, like I said, I can get everything back to you, so that's no problem, you know. And I'm going to send you a little more money.
No. You no need to do that. So we'll get this, Jim made a round thing, you know, with the paper towels come on, and rollers.
Yeah.
He fastened those two together, and then he rolled up this thing and we're going to mail to you with the family, of a family in Norway and all that, the family tree.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
so
great.
That'll be shipped out to you shortly.
Oh, thanks.
Just have to get some brown paper tomorrow, and we go to the store to wrap it up and then plug the holes on the end.
Yeah.
That way it won't get wrinkled or anything.
Yeah.
And that's yours to keep because I have one. I don't know how I ever come across two, but I do.
Oh, thanks.
One you're getting, and then and it's kind of interesting to see it.
Oh, yeah, it's going to, like I said, it's going to be a big help because we're not going to have to research all those names, you know.
And then on Jim, it says Jim, Camille, and then the little one that was born, Jocelyn. And then, well, it just goes on and on and on, but it's very nice the way they did it.
Yeah.
Okay, honey, I'm going to let you go. I got to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
And then I'll talk to you tomorrow sometime.
Okay, I love you.
Love you, honey, and I hope it all works out.
Oh, yeah, it will. It just takes time to gather all the different information, you know.
Yeah, well, you're doing great, really.
Yeah.
Okay, honey, then I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, love you.
And love you, too.
Bye-bye.